Hi, my name is Colby Shelby, and I'm going to be talking about my career research project and just a little bit about exploring my path. Currently, my major is undecided, but I'm kind of looking and leaning towards marketing right now. Just seems a little bit more, easier compared to a lot of the other majors. My main goal is to get into a law school, so if I can get the best grades possible, then it'll look good in the future whenever trying to apply to those law schools. So that's kind of my overall idea about it. But right now, I'm just trying to discover the right path. So let's talk about that, right? So what really matters most to me, right? What I value in a company is somewhere where I can grow. I believe not only growing, but just exceeding in your knowledge and just your skills can overall round you out as a better person and just make you more trustworthy, more dependable, and an overall just great worker. So I believe trying to find growth and where you're working is a really huge factor at that company. Making a difference is another thing. I currently work 2 jobs. One of those is Geek Squad, as you can tell. I love making a positive impact in people's lives in any way I can, and if one of those ways is showing people how to fix or figure out how to work their technology, I would do that in a heartbeat. It's definitely one thing to say, you love helping people, but it's definitely one thing to start helping people in any way you can, and that's what I'm trying to do. Security, though, one of my biggest things, especially in a new world full of AI and just new variable factors that we all really don't know yet, and that's knowing my job will be able to provide for me and my family, right? Not only my current family, but just my future family as well, right? That's definitely what I would value in a company. Some of my current interests would be things like debating. I love being able to argue or just debate on a topic, and I believe being able to disagree is a huge bonus about living in America, just because you don't get a lot of that in a whole lot of other countries. So don't be afraid to use your voice at times, or if you ever think something isn't right, definitely let someone know. That's the beauty of living in America. Public speaking. As you can tell, I love to talk, right? I actually do it at my other job at Lost Oak Winery. It's kind of my thing. I could probably talk your ear off for hours, so sometimes you gotta let me know, right? Problem solving is definitely another thing. Mommy and daddy won't always hold your hand through life. You eventually got to figure it out by yourself. I feel like a lot of the times we rely too much on our phones, we rely too much on other sources, which isn't too bad of an idea. It's not a bad idea to rely on a friend, but constantly doing it and not learning or soaking in any of the information is not good. Some of my strengths, of course, unbiased, right? Like, I wouldn't do that. Some of my strengths, though, would be time management, especially as a tour guide. You have to be on top of it whenever it comes to managing people, managing those tours, getting everything set before those tours, like getting the glasses, getting cheese boards, getting those things prepped. You definitely have to have a current time frame, like on an Excel sheet of how everything is supposed to be in that set time in order, right? So I definitely take a lot of, I try to ring my own bell on that essentially, right? But organized and dependable. I believe slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It's actually, I believe, a Navy quote, or at least a saying they use in the Navy, but it's definitely true. So I believe if you at least take your time, it doesn't matter how fast you're doing it. If you just take your time making sure that you're doing each process the best you can and at least the right way, then everything will work out in the end, and well, you won't have to stress about it later, right? So definitely being organized and staying on top of things is a huge thing for me. Being a team player, you have to be a team player in a lot of things nowadays. You're only as strong as your weakest link. I'm sure you've heard that saying at least once before in your life, and it's true, right? If you always have that person, at least that one person slugging around all the time, not getting stuff done, then you have to pick up on their work, then that's making you slack on your own work, which, well, doesn't look good on you either. So that's definitely true. adaptable, right? No matter the situation, I would say I'm able to grow, I'm able to soak in, and I'm able to definitely apply what I'm learning in that situation. And I believe, again, in an environment where things are constantly changing and that are constantly, things like AI constantly growing, you never know what the situation is, so you're gonna have to be able to adapt to it. So yeah, some of my current goals, at least here at UNT, I want to look into internships, at least law internships. Maybe an intern at a law firm would be definitely really interesting. I would really love it too, especially since that would go towards my future career. Really look good on paper. Definitely declaring my major is definitely one of those things where I'm trying to get that done, which I believe after this semester I should be declared a marketing major, so we'll see about that. But all in all, that's definitely one thing. Join a debate club. Like I mentioned, I really enjoy debating. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I would love to be a part of the club and try to be a part of a community at UNT. I'm not currently in one, so being able to join one, oh my god, that would be huge. Long-term goals. So I already talked about just wanting to become an attorney, wanting to, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but definitely, opening my own practice. That would be interesting. Most importantly though, graduate college, right? I want to be able to get my degree and be able to start applying for law school, and start making positive impacts everywhere I go. No matter if it's at my job, if it's at school, in any community that I join, I want to be able to make a change, and a good one for that matter. Most importantly, at least in my life, and I know my future self will appreciate this, and that's going to be, I'm not sure if you can even read that down there, but it says build a successful, balanced life. At least try to be there for my family, right? I know that's at least impossible nowadays, but hopefully with the current tools and resources that we have available to us, AI, that will make things a little bit easier. But yeah, those are just a little bit of my goals that I have in life right now. At least the ones that I put on for this project, right? Let's see. So yeah, building my path. So to accomplish these goals, I really need to join a debate club. That's the best way for me to get the experience that I need, and just the overall, again, those skills and just that knowledge on best practices to go about. Seek an internship in a legal setting, right? So I could probably file some paperwork or answer calls, something for an experience somewhere at some sort of law firm. Currently looking into corporate law, so maybe if it's a corporate firm, I would definitely appreciate that. One thing I definitely need to start doing is networking, especially with my professors. My B-Law professor, I'm taking B-Law this semester, he used to be an attorney, so I definitely think he could be very helpful with my future goals. I'm already trying to get in talks and works with him about best things I can do currently, but that's one thing I'm trying to do. So prepare for my LSAT, right? That's like the most important thing into getting into law school. So I believe, studying as soon as possible is going to be the best in my case, so that I can be as prepared as possible for when I do take the LSAT. It's of course the most important thing into getting into law school. So yeah, in conclusion, my career path is just a reflection of my goals, values, and interests, right? This is overall what I value in life. These are my goals in the long term of things, right? Hopefully make it there. And just my overall interest. I just shared a little bit of what I'm interested about. And I could probably, again, I'm an open book. I could definitely tell you everything, but I couldn't do that for this assignment. I do believe, though, these are the proper steps into getting me into where I want and need to be in life to succeed. And hopefully, if I just do them as soon as possible, start taking them seriously, because I won't lie, I have been slacking and I definitely need to get back on the horse. But this is my career research project, and overall, I appreciate your time and your patience, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.